Hey guys, Foxdrop here with a live game commentary. This game is a game from the PBE, the current PBE. This is going to be the first video of a Season 4 test. Basically, I'm just checking out the new Season 4 jungle. This is all that's on the public beta environment currently. Some things are going to be subject to change before Season 4 actually gets implemented. That's always the way. And the biggest one, I think, at the moment, maybe some numbers will be tweaked here and there, but things like the concept should still be relevant for when Season 4 is actually released, to what I'm going to show you now. And but I think the biggest change that will happen is that I think minions are going to be spawning. Riot have said they may make it so the minions spawn earlier in the future. So if I get any leash this game, that might not happen in the future, but you don't need leashes anymore. So there's a lot of different, as you'll notice I'm playing Nasus this game as well. My runes and masteries would have been in the description, but masteries are something which I'm very tentative with because they're all brand new. So that's not all set in stone. I've just played around with them. I'm 921, so it's a very defensive page. But my runes are pretty much exactly the same. Now I'm testing out the new Nasus skin as well, the Infernal Nasus. And I've started my items, machete and health potions. Machete 5, pretty standard start. And also I've got a warding totem. We now have trinkets, which give you, basically it's like a free item. And you can have, I have a warding trinket. So this just gives me a free ward every few seconds or something. Now starting with my Q here just so I can get loads of Q stacks. I'm actually going to use my smite early to engage as opposed to using it to finish off, because my smite has such a low cooldown that you want to be using it early, because then once I go off onto a different camp, my smite will be back up again. I actually, by mistake here, I've stacked health potions, which is just not something I wanted to do. But I made sure, so I've just wasted a health potion here, which isn't very good. But it's not that big a deal because as Nasus, I don't need all that sustain. You'll see that I don't actually run low on health pretty much ever. Like Nasus is pretty healthy when he's jungling. So yeah, this trinket that I've got is a warding trinket. You have two other trinkets. The first of which is it's like a small clairvoyance. So I could, for example, it's a very small range though. So I would, like, if I was face checking this bush, I would be able to activate my trinket and then I would see what was in that area for a second. So it's good for scouting things out. I'm a bit worried of where these guys are going. They look like they were looking at my red buff here, so I hope they don't steal that away. But I am going to use my smite here to secure this red buff just because I don't want it to be... Actually, they're not going to steal it. Okay, they don't have a jungler. I just realized they don't have a jungler. As you'll notice on the PB as well, it's not the best environment for getting good game footage because... no disrespect to anyone in this game, but it's not the highest quality games. The quality of players, at least what I've found at the moment, whoops, is not that good. Like, they don't seem to be great players, and they're also, you know, why am I doing this? I need to be last hit with my Q. I don't know what I'm doing. Whoops. So yeah, also they do things like, you know, double mid or no jungle or double jungle or something like that. It's pretty trolly, these games, so it's not perfect. But it's a good way to just show off the jungle and stuff like that. Now, because this is the new jungle, I'm going to just farm a lot, I think. As you've seen at the beginning, you no longer get level 2 from level 3, sorry, from doing blue buff and red buff. You need to do a mini camp, which is why I did my walls before I went over to red buff. So you don't get a lot of experience just from the buffs itself, which is kind of good because it makes you a lot less predictable. You can't just, in the old Season 3 jungle, you do your double buffs and then you'd come off and you would just be, like, the enemy jungler would know, enemies would know when you're going to gank because you just did the double buff and then you went to gank. So at 3 minutes, the enemy knew what you were about to do. It's not the case anymore. And this new camp is kind of cool, but it's not great because I think people overrate the impact that this new jungle camp is going to have. It's not the fact that, oh, you've got there are now 4 jungle camps, you're going to have more gold. That's not the case. That's not going to... Whoops, okay. That bush is a lot smaller than I remember it being. This guy's trying to kill the Ziggs, I think. Okay, it's just flash. As you do. I'm just going to take a few. Let's take that lane tax there and run away again. Yeah, so you're not going to be able to farm all 4 camps unless you're someone who's extremely quick at farming. And only a very handful, select amount of champions are going to be able to do that. Nasus is not one of them, I don't think, at least not early on. Because I don't have a jungle, you could be arguing why am I not stealing away their jungle, but I kind of want to keep this game somewhat realistic. It's not going to be overly realistic, but I wouldn't have access to all the jungle camps if they were a jungler on the enemy team, so I don't want to go and do that now, because that wouldn't be really very fair. I don't think there's any point in me trying to go bot, because I don't think I'm going to be able to help anyone here. No. Okay, so I'm just going to go and push mid instead, because that's where the free farm's at. Maybe I could have gone bot, actually. That guy's getting pretty ham. No? Okay. So I'm going to go mid. Just push this. Like I was saying earlier, the quality of this game is, these games are very, very low. So I'm just going to be very selfish in these games. Like, you guys may think I'm being a dickhead at times, but I'm just going to be, like, there's no, oh, fucking hell, I missed that Q. I don't know why I'm doing this, it's poor. There's no, like, team in these games for me to be playing towards. If I want to win these games are very similar to, like, Bronze 5 games. There is very little teamwork involved. You just need to be individually very, very strong. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do. I'm going to try help. I'm not just saying my teammates are all bad. I'm just going to ignore them, all that stuff. I'm not saying that by any means. I'm just saying that I'm going to be focusing a lot on just getting myself fed, basically. I'm going to be focusing, prioritizing me rather than everyone else. And as you can see, my farm with this new jungle, I've been clearing quite a lot. I haven't done too much. Haven't taken up too much lane attacks. I took that wave mid and I took one creep top. But it's I have a lot of gold because I've just been farming the jungle, which is really cool. So I'm just taking this away, trying to get the last hits with my Q. I hit level 6 at 650, which is not very quick at all. It's not overly slow though either, so that's not too bad. And this blue buff is just about to spawn, which is why I went this way rather than going bot, because I want to take blue buff now that it's up. Just going to take away this. In fact, I might go soak up top and then go blue. There's no risk of me getting counter jungled because I don't have an enemy jungler to counter jungle with, so I can just soak up this lane XP and just get a bit of free farm here. Let's do my hardest to get some CS here. While these guys dance in front of me, I feel like such a tryhard. But yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to go do blue. You'll notice that I haven't had to go back once yet. That's partially because it's Nasus. Nasus' sustain is pretty amazing. But also this new jungle doesn't really seem to hurt me too much. I don't know whether that's just because I'm Nasus or what, but it just doesn't really seem to do too much. I probably should go back though soon. I'm going to go back when I can afford the new Spirit Redemption Golem item, which will increase my gold income quite substantially. I think it's 1700 actually. Is that 1700? Yeah, okay, so I'm going to go get it now. Because what that does, you'll see, upon killing a large, upon killing a large or epic monster, grants up to 40 bonus gold based on last time you triggered that passive. So basically, every time you kill a large or epic monster, you can see it ticking up here, 3, 4. So every time I kill a big creep, this is going to proc. And then I get an extra amount of gold based on how many stacks that has, you know, just how quick I'm clearing. So the longer I go between killing big creeps, the more gold I'll get. So like right here, this should proc for around 20 gold, I reckon. There you go. So I got a bit of extra gold for that. Oh crap, sorry, I had to sneeze. Right, so and here I'm probably only going to get 10 extra gold. So yeah, so the more you clear, the less gold you get, but obviously, like, looking at the CS, I still have the most CS in the game. And part of that is just because, like I say, the quality of the game is kind of low, but it's still a lot of CS that I'm getting. And like I say, this game, though, I'm not really too focused on anything special, anything in particular. I just kind of want to test what this new jungle is like and how much I can get away with just farming and stuff like that. So, oh shit, I didn't have my... Oh my goodness. I fucked that up really hard again. So let's see, where's Brand? There's Brand. Brand is dead. So now that Brand is dead, I'm going to push this mid lane with Talon. Because pushing this mid with Talon, now that Brand is dead, means that he's going to lose everything. So I get a bit of CS. This Talon's low on health, so he can't really stay for this anyway. And Brand misses out on everything. So that's what happens. You should go back. You should recall though. He needs to be careful. Okay, this guy's... This is something else which happens quite a lot. Everyone is quite mad in the PBE. Yeah. But I mean, people like this. I think this is what people experience with the Bronze 5 thing. It's fine. Like, people like this are gonna happen. They're gonna be in places, and just don't take them to heart. And if they end up pissing you off too much, just ignore them. Like, if this guy is still white, like, I haven't read what he's just said here because I'm trying not to miss loads of CS. Okay, I missed it anyway. Right, but this guy is obviously, this guy's a bit of an unhappy person, so I'm just gonna ignore him. I'm not gonna let him wind me up or anything because it's not worth. But something cool which you can do on Nasus is you can solo dragon because your ultimate does percentage health damage. So percentage health damage on things with loads of health does loads of damage. And what has loads of health? None other than our friendly Mr. Dragon. So now I turn into a huge, big ass dog with 3 heads, and I can solo this dragon really quickly. I'm using my smite just to last hit it, although maybe I could have used my Q to last hit that, just because you know, that would have given me more stacks. I definitely could have more stacks here. I've not done too well in the stack department. If you're playing Nasus, you should definitely have more stacks than this when you're jungling. But, yeah. Normally as well for my skill order, I would be maxing my W second. I go EWQ, but because I'm thinking of being a carry this game as opposed to being a, like, as opposed to being a tank or support or something like that, because I'm trying to carry this game, I'm going to be getting points in my Q next so that I can have more damage. I'll also be getting a Triforce, as you'll see in a bit. That guy's a bit too far, I think. I probably could have killed him. Wow, these guys got far. Holy shit. I probably could have killed that Brand if I ran up, if I was paying more attention. That was kind of poor by me. But I'll just take this CS, push this in. Try to get everything I can. Getting it all. And get the Q on the cannon. Boom. I might start stealing away at the enemy jungle now because this is something which I'll be doing regardless. So at this stage in the game, I'll probably be just looking to take away the enemy jungle because the enemy jungler is probably going to be spending a lot less time in his own jungle because he's probably going to be on lanes and whatnot. So now will be a good time to actually go and do his jungle. But I'm looking to go bot now as well. I don't think Athresh is going to win that fight, although Talon's going to be there to mop up, I think. So I'm just going to go and see if there's a tower dive going. Which there is. And I get a stack on my Q as well. And now we should maybe get this tower to... Maybe. Not 100%. Get some damage off onto it at least. And take away all the CS so that I get myself fed. This seems like... I mean, I don't know. Depending on how you look at this... You can, this is an extremely selfish way of playing the jungle, but this is what Meteos does. If you ever watch Meteos on his stream, he does this a lot Diamond 1, he just steals everything away. I mean, I'm not just doing this because I'm disrespecting my allies, like this is a perfectly legitimate way of playing the jungle, and of carrying from the jungle, and I need to carry from the jungle. I've already established I need to carry from the jungle, so if you are playing at this level, then this is kind of what I suggest you do, if you're good enough to carry with it. I mean, if I was just going to be taking the farm and not really doing anything with it, then that's bad. Like, I don't want to be doing that. And this is why partially why at the diamond level itself, I don't do this too much. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy boots because I think boots are quite important. I'm going to actually buy boots of swiftness. I'll say why in a bit. I'm going to get a ward though. That's probably not really worth it because I don't even have a jungler. But yeah, it's, you know, at Diamond 1, I don't take all the CS. That's not because I have more respect for Diamond 1 players than these players. It's because I don't feel that I am good enough, personally, to carry from at Diamond 1 if I take all the CS. Like, I think Meteos is what the fuck? Okay, that Sheen just one-shot that cream. Meteos is good enough to do it because he's a better player than I am. But I don't have as much faith in my ability to solo carry. Sometimes I do if I'm playing like Shyvana or something. Sometimes I'll do it, but not all the time. And so if there's no point doing it if you don't think you're going to carry. If you don't have faith in your abilities to carry, then there's no point trying to take all the CS and all that kind of stuff. Now I'm kind of wondering what this Talon is doing. Is he gone AFK? I wouldn't be surprised if he was AFK. I'm going to try and dodge this guy's stun, but I'm going to fail miserably. I don't think he can get away from me though. As soon as you walk into the wither range, you're setting yourself up for a whole lot of pain. Whoops. Bollocks. But now we should be able to get the second tower here. Just picking him off with the free kill and getting the second tower. Now the reason I went boots of swiftness this game is because My like initial thoughts on the jungle is that you do a lot of running around. If you're going to be farming the jungle, then you're going to be running around a lot. So move speed is actually a huge factor in your clear speed. If you're really slow at moving, if you're just a sluggish character and you've got no move speed, then your clears are going to really suffer. Like you'll be like, throughout a whole clear, you'll easily be 10-15 seconds slower. It's pretty insane. Like the impact it has is huge. So move speed boosts the swiftness. If you're just going to be farming the jungle, it's very good to have. I was pushing this out here. Now Nasus is here, so I'm going to back off. Don't want any trouble. I've been watching this talent on the minimap, and he seems to be not really here or AFK a lot or something. I think maybe saying this is Bronze 5 is not quite accurate. I don't think it's necessarily Bronze 5. I think this is more like the games where you would, like low-level games, where people, because I think people don't really give a shit about their PBE accounts, because it's not their real account. They know they're not going to get banned from PBE. Well, actually, maybe there are some people who get banned from PBE, but I don't think Riot cares too much about that personally. So they don't really care that much. And so they won't, you know, obviously, and it will show that they don't care. They'll just be like, random. Like, I've had a lot of, I think, in all the games I've played, I think there's been an AFK in all of them, or people that just don't connect, or something like that. I mean, people don't take this too seriously. So it's hard to get good footage, which is why I'm just kind of showing you the way the jungle works, instead of an actual quality game. But these tactics, though, which I'm doing now, will help you carry the lower levels of game, and the lower rankings as well. Because if you're playing with, if your teammates are not that good, then your enemies are not that good as well. That's what you have to always keep in mind. If you say your teammates suck, then you have to say that for your enemies as well. There's no way that your teammates would be bad, sorry, and that your enemies would be good. That just wouldn't work. If your allies suck, your enemies suck. That's the way. That's the truth. That's what would happen. So if your enemies suck, or if you think your allies suck, then that means your enemies suck, which means that you need to, you know, take advantage of that and take it away. And by doing that, the way you do that is just being strong yourself. You need to single-handedly carry. If the enemies aren't that good, then it's really easy to single-handedly carry. That's what I think people don't really appreciate. They're very quick to just say that their teammates suck without really saying that their enemies suck, and then they don't really know how to carry versus, they don't know how to carry, basically. So if you want to carry, you need to be strong yourself, which is why you can see I have 124 CS, which is the most in the game, even more than the enemy Nasus, who is laning. Let's see if I can get this kill here. I've got red buff, so he shouldn't really get away, though he's really fucking tanky. And Brand is here as well. I'm gonna pop my potion now. I'm not attacking Brand because he's already dead. I wanted to focus onto the, well, he's dead as well. Focus onto the, what's it called? As soon as I knew that Brand was on low health, and I knew my passive would take him out, so I didn't focus him anymore. Not my passive, sorry, my ultimate would take him out, so I didn't focus on him. I didn't need to focus on him, I just needed to, he was dead, like, forget about him. Even though he's still alive, just because he's alive doesn't mean he's not dead. Okay, that sounds really bad. It's not really true either. But, you know, just because he's still breathing doesn't mean that he's not going to be breathing in 10 seconds or in like 1 second's time. And if he's just going to be dead, don't waste anything on him. Like, the only reason I managed to get that thresh kill is because I knew Brand was dead, so I didn't waste any abilities on him or waste any auto attacks on him. I just stayed and I changed the focus so that I got all those kills then instead. And this is why, you know, you just farm, and you get strong yourself. Because right now I'm carrying because I'm fed. If I weren't fed, I wouldn't be able to carry like this. I wouldn't be able to 3v1, and all those things, you know, just come with me being strong. What the hell is this thing floating around? Thanks, mate. How dare you take my white? Thresh flayed in the wrong direction there, but I'm not sure he would have got the kill anyway, so don't really want to flat out dive this either. And that's one of the reasons why. I don't have my ult here, so I'm not actually strong enough to take these. So I'm going to run away, pretend to run this way and hope that Thresh uses his. No, it's not. Might be able to get a kill though. Unlikely, but possible. They aggro the dragon as well, so maybe the dragon can finish Thresh off, though that would be a really bad play if Nasus let Thresh tank that dragon. But yeah, I stayed too long there. I kind of got suckered in thinking maybe we were going to make a dive play or something. And I shouldn't have done it. I should have just ran away. So that was my bad. Stayed too long. But still, 4k gold, which I can now spend. add it to my armory. So let's see the damage they've got. They've got a lot of magic damage on Ari, although she's not really fed, so it's not that much. Brand, Thresh has a fair amount. Ezreal's got a fair amount with his ultimate, with his E and his W. Nasus with his ulti and his E as well. So all in all, they have a decent amount of magic damage, so enough for me to justify buying some MR. So I'm going to get a Spirit Visage this game. I'm going to buy a Spectre's Cowl first. I'm going to get a Spirit Visage and then a Randuin's, because Randuin's will really benefit me, because even though there's a lot of magic damage, there's also a lot of physical damage too, because they're Ezreal and Nasus. So Ezreal, like, their basic attacks are doing a lot of physical damage, so I want that. And also the Randuin's active is really helpful for me, just to slow down people. I pop my ult, I pop my ghost, and then, you know, I wither them, and then after wither's done, I Randuin's them. So there's no way, no one will escape me, basically. So it's all just a really nice bunch of items. Now, I'm not actually, my ult isn't up for 10 seconds. It would take me way too long to solo that without my ulti, so I'm going to go clear bot. Then I'll go back to Dragon and I'll take that away. Now, normal jungle build, I wouldn't necessarily suggest buying, like, Triforce and all. Like, normally, if I were to get a Sheen item on jungle Nasus, it would be Iceborne Gauntlet and not Triforce. The reason for that is because, firstly, it's cheaper than Triforce, and secondly, it gives you more, like, jungle stats, you know, being a tank rather than being a carry. I don't really think that junglers necessarily need to be carries, because you've already got your AD and your mid laner, and in some instances, your top laner too, if it's, like, Riven or something. So you don't really need to carry from the jungle. But because this game is an exception, because I am trying to carry this game, that's why I bought a Triforce. And also for the oh, well, I can't move. This please come back. I guess I should say, in case this is the PBE blowing up, then if this is the end of the game, then that's the end of the game. I probably, at this point, I'm just such like a train that I could just destroy pretty much anyone. I wouldn't be able to 5v1 them, but I think I could spread them thin enough and push down towers and split push and just destroy people. I could probably 2v1, so I think they wouldn't be able to stop my split push. So this is pretty much a one game for me. Yeah, so sorry that I had to end this way, but thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be putting out more Season 4 content. So keep your eyes peeled. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video.